Okay, welcome back to 50 Social Media Strategies, the power of social media in your marketing. Now, in this video, we're going to be talking about a relatively, not a necessarily new social media platform, but one that is probably a little younger than some of the larger ones, but drives a lot of traffic and is very effective in your marketing and one that you should be using. Now, we're going to give you a couple of tips in order to maximize your use of Pinterest. Now, one of the things that you want to do is you want to make sure that you have content that can be easily shared on Pinterest. And you can do that by making sure that you have lots of image content, lots of visual images that will lend themselves to be shared on Pinterest. Pinterest visual is a visual image based social media platform. You can share videos and you can share images, and people will react and respond on Pinterest to your videos and to your images. So it won't be so much the text that you type that will attract attention. It will be the images. And so you want to make sure that you've got enough of that kind of content on your blog or your website so that when people are using it or when you're sharing it on Pinterest, that it will actually produce a result that will bring people back to your site. Now, one of the other things that you can do is you can create how-to groupings or what's called pin boards. So in other words, if you have images that demonstrate one process, that is a great way to do to create interest in that social media platform. So you're not just putting a random image up there, you're creating a group of images based on a story or a procedure that people will want to know. And that will make people want to look at the other images. If you just put one image up there, then often it typically isn't enough to generate lots of interest. Consider creating entire boards, right, just on one process that you're showing people how to do. Now, if you know about a very hot and talked about trend, then you use that trend to create a grouping or a pin board. So you're going to group and you're going to present all of the images that are based on this subject. So and the reason that this is powerful is because when the trend is hot and talked about, it's not often that someone will create images that are based on that people can find, and you can literally have yourself prominently placed in the search engines. It depends on what the topic is and how you approach it, but you can find yourself prominently presented in the search engines using content that no one else is using. And this is a powerful strategy when you are consistently finding hot and talked about trends. Now, you may be tempted in order to get more activity going to start repinning content so that you can get people to look at what you're doing. You don't want to do that. You really want to only repin and share content that will truly benefit those that follow you. And this is important because again, because this is a visual, because of the visual medium, people will tend to dismiss, things they see over time that don't benefit them. And if you become a provider of content that no one wants to read, no one wants to go further in, then when you share things that really matter in the future, you will find less of a receptive audience than if you just only share and repin content that will truly benefit those that follow you. Now, this is a fairly logical tip. Don't get into copyright issues with Pinterest. Don't share anything that you don't have permission to share or that's not in the public domain. Create your own original images or get your own original images. And if you share someone else's, make sure that they are credited properly or that you're pointing to their site. So I would say don't even go near a copyright issue. If it's questionable, don't use it because there have been takedown notices of companies that produce the images of other companies or other individuals, and takedown notices do damage your credibility some. So take these issues seriously. Just don't even get into the trap. Only share images that are original to your content and to your business. Now, when you're writing text any place on Pinterest, whether it's describing the link or describing your things in your profile, make sure you use your keywords, your target keywords. Your keywords are going to be very important because Pinterest does drive traffic. People do find it in the search engines, and so you want to make sure your Pinterest account is rich with the right keywords that make it descriptive for those looking for information in your niche.